It's JoJo Capone. Shout out Mikey T, the movie star, and we live right now on Report Card Radio.
Jojo, man, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me on Report Card Radio. Before we get into everything, I think we've got to talk about Young Jeezy and Gucci, man, the versus battle last night.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched the whole thing. That's my era of, running around with them guys and knowing them guys personally. You know, my introduction, of course, to Gucci. You know, we was promoting shows. As these are my promoter days and promoting shows, and we had booked them for a show in Minnesota. I actually booked them like 3 different times, Chicago and Minnesota, like 2 different times. So, but because it was notably that I was running around with Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? You know, when they was having a situation, I guess it kind of made Gucci leery, you know what I'm saying, and not knowing. But my whole thing was this, like, to backdoor them or line them up, which never was the case or whatever, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, look, dude, ain't nobody gonna give you their government name and then try to backdoor you or do something to you, even though people do stuff like that. We got world's dumbest criminals, but I'm just not one of them. You know what I'm saying? So, and Waka, of course, the security, and Deb, you know what I'm saying, can contest to this, you know what I'm saying, what I'm speaking on, because it was like, the money was paid, hotels was paid, extra security was paid, and there was some things done off record to help him ensure that he would be good, you know what I'm saying? So he was supposed to go do sound check, and he didn't do sound check, so the orders was to put, the food in his room, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, we go to security, we go cater the food to put the food in his room. All the time he never had went to sound check. He was still in the room. So he looked through the peephole and he thinking we coming in there to jack him. You know what I'm saying? And he called Deb, come get me. They trying to kidnap me. They trying to jack me. But that wasn't the case. And like I told him, I'm like, kind of jack him. We not going to give you extra protection and to try to do something to you. It didn't make sense. So I think overall it was him not knowing that I was behind, you know what I'm saying, or affiliated with the bookings. When he seen that I was involved with it, he just knew that he seen and known that I was running around with Jeezy heavy. So, but like I said, I've never been a backdoor type of person, you know what I'm saying, and I always stayed mutual in any situation. And if I can help, put the fire out on a situation, then I was always willing to do that. So he didn't feel comfortable. He left, didn't do the show. They sent the money back, and we had to do the DVD. This is the DVD series. So I had put out Chicago version DVD, and and it was to the point where I was upset about what happened. So I started calling him Coochie Mane. You know what I'm saying? And it was all on World Star and all that. And like I say, rest in peace to Q. Like I told people, like I'm one of the prime people that helped Q start World Star, because he would take my DVDs and rip them, you know what I'm saying, and have the exclusive footage. Then once he passed away, the people that he left in charge, I don't really know how they rocking it, but I never had no use for them no more after that anyway. But and then as far as Jeezy is concerned, we was gonna do, like I say, Global Gangsters was the umbrella, running with a lot of these brothers, you know what I'm saying, and holding them down and assisting them into whatever situations that it was, and doing business with them and all that. So it was more so like we was gonna do, Global Gangsters, songs with Jeezy and Slick Puller, which we wind up doing, just putting the movements together, merging the movements together and working with each other and doing something for the fans for the most part, because that would be stuff that they would request. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't understand, like, the fans play a big part in what goes on in the culture and in hip hop, and I hear, just to speak on certain things about like the culture vulture situations, to whereas that if it's a European dude, in hip hop, Vlad, yourself, or even what's the brother name over in Europe? Well, I think he in Europe, the guy over there. You know, when
Oh,
y'all
Tim Westwood.
Tim Westwood, you know what I'm saying? Now Adam 22. Now I'm speaking on this because I'm speaking on what I saw Adam 22 do last night. You know, doing the versus battle. You know, I seen him in the comments saying, I think I would want to quote him right, but it seemed like it was an instigating situation. So when people get upset at guys that they considering guests in hip hop, is because we be looking like you know, we already dealing with our own ills amongst each other. Let us fix our situations. Don't use your platform to help you know, incite the riot more, you know, or instigate the situation, which is why, you know, I have my distaste and dislike for academics. You know what I'm saying? Like, he built his whole career off the backs of the hardship of Chicago, you know, and the young brothers and sisters that we lost, you know, and calling them savages and all that. Like, people know how to evoke emotions, you know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of these guys that went to college, they psychiatrists, so they know the things that they do and say that they can trigger a person. You know, I done seen it and watched it. You know, you know, I'm an avid, you know, I'm an avid person to look at what's going on in the culture so I can see how people playing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do they really care about us, or is it all about clickbait? You know what I'm saying? And views. And for the most part, I see it's all about clickbait and views, you know, and getting traffic to their site and trying to sell their Patreons and all this and that. And it's like, it's crazy. That's why I was saying, like, bro, I really don't even care to do interviews. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that my interview gonna drive traffic. That ain't nothing new. I know that. I know my interview can drive traffic, but I just don't want a person to use no faulty clickbait titles and all that. Like, that's fake to me. And I don't associate myself with nothing fake or fraudulent. So I don't want no parts of it. So that's why I tell anybody, if I do an interview with you, don't never do no clickbait titles and all that with my name attached. Like, or I would never do it again. I give them, you know what I'm saying, ups. I give them the ups to tell them how they know how to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not no media whore. I'm not a YouTuber or none of that. I do motivational speaking. I do life coaching. I do some management. I do some consulting. So yes, I'm gonna utilize all of the social media platforms for those causes and for those reasons. Not to be on here arguing with nobody and going back and forth and talking about people business. Like, I don't like none of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's my personal thoughts and my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I understand it, because it's like, these guys that are YouTubers, they got to wake up and try to report on every situation with they spin on it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're going to see all this stuff on TMZ or Shade Room and Ball Alert. You're going to see majority of the stuff on there first anyway. You know what I'm saying? Then it might spill over the World Star, and then it's definitely going to spill over to all the bloggers. You know what I'm saying? And they all going to put their spin on it. Now, like I say, for you, I had felt the need that, okay, Mikey T, say, Joe, I've been paying attention to you and your movement for over 9-10 years or whatever. So it's only right, you know what I'm saying, that I do an interview with you, because, you know what I'm saying, like I say, I never heard of you doing no bashing of me or none of that. You know, like, it makes sense that, yeah, you're not going to do no interview with nobody that be trying to bash you or go in on you or upset because you haven't got a chance to do the interview. And in some cases, it's like, if you ain't got nothing to talk about or you ain't marketing and promoting nothing, what you getting on the interview for? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so for me, you know, I can't tell nobody how to do or conduct their interviews and all that. You know, I can watch a person interview once or twice, and I can automatically know from that point is if the person even know how to do an interview. You know, if it's interesting or not, or it's foolishness, or they only reporting drama. You know what I'm saying? So I got the choice to say I don't want no parts of that. You know, but like I like how you said, man, I got some questions. I got some stuff jotted down. Like, I put some thought into this and this and that. And it's like, okay, cool. Now that's how interview is supposed to be conducted. You know what I'm saying? And so far the first question was about, Jeezy and Gucci's verses, and I spoke on my part of me knowing them and things of that nature. And I'm glad that them brothers was able to settle their differences, for the culture and themselves. You know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of people that's biased right now, and they upset, and feel like, soon as Gucci started dissing his homie, he should have bought him and all this and that. So then you got adults with clear frame of minds that was probably raised to learn how to forgive and forget. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey man, it turned out well, and then they went and did an after party after the fact. And I'm quite sure as I'm hearing, people saying Pookie Loke family is upset at Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, so I just wish for the best. Like I said, it's been 15 years with that going on, and no more bodies and nothing dropped behind that. And I understand from both sides. Like I say, if somebody put a hit on me, you know what I'm saying, I got the right to dislike that person the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? Or he might feel balanced out because he became the victor in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know too many people that's gonna be at ease with something that can happen like that. You know what I'm saying, to them. So that's why I would forever be that friction amongst them. But they stay their distance from each other, and life goes on. You know what I'm saying?